Welcome to my FTP test. Last test, 289. Prior to that, 330. 6 weeks, no riding. Dropped to 289, a precipitous fall. 14 days of Zwift Racing, and now I'm testing again. Can you jump back into fitness just from doing super high intense efforts for half hour per day? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I really shouldn't have sprinted. Oh. Good job, good job, good job, good job. What have I picked up so far? I am sore. I learned some things in that C race though, I gotta tell you. One, dropping down a category allows you to actually use your brain to think about racing instead of being so on the limit that you're totally destroyed. So that was awesome. And then two, I would say that C racing is much more difficult than it probably should be, because I felt like I was useful and doing something, and I didn't feel like I was constantly on the brink of getting dropped. So I'm a big fan of maybe dropping it down a level. These race starts are so hard. 489 and I am getting dropped. I barely catch on. I eventually do get dropped in this race. But if you do crit city and you let that first lap go, no worries. Catch them on the next lap. Everybody's got this big blast off the front out of their system, and then you can still get the enjoyment of racing without having to destroy yourself in the interim. So speaking of not caring about results, think about Zwift Power. If you don't know, Zwift Power is a third-party website where results are rationalized a little bit better than Zwift. So it throws out people that are way sandbagging or whatever the case is. So I didn't worry about that 1 second. I didn't even log into Zwift Power the whole time because I knew I was a B. I knew everything's going to say I'm a B, but I still wanted to go race Cs. And I'm not trying to win a C race, but I don't want to have every race be the same because I'm right on that bubble between B and C. So I need to do some Cs to be able to control the race, have some tactics, and then try Bs to be able to race appropriately at my level. So you can see I did a bunch of Cs, I did some Bs, kind of mixed around, and that's the right way to do it, I think. Race number 7! Okay, this time I'm doing a ZHQ beta circuit race, whatever that is, but they strictly enforce categories. So my weight is a little bit under on here. I think strictly enforcing categories is good, but I probably could be a C still, but I did really well in the C race yesterday. I think I got 4th, so I'm gonna move up to B on this race. 14 miles, should be a half hour or some mumbo jumbo. So yeah, B race. We'll see how this goes, my friends. So speaking of that ZHQ experimental race, how that works is you charge this battery by expending extra watts, and then you can expend that battery whenever it makes sense strategically in the race. I ended up doing a few of these different races, and I actually really liked them. At first I did not, but they grew on me really quickly. They're a lot of fun. 14. Oh, oh jeez. Oh. So I'm still really happy 24 hours later that I finished the B race pretty much with the lead group. Only lost a few seconds at the end. But today I'm going to go back to the C group for a Crit City race. And I only have a few minutes to warm up. And I don't think I could have raced this morning. My legs were that, like I'm cutting it that close on recovery that I literally am waiting till the afternoons to be ready to race. So yeah. Okay. Now we're not connecting, and I don't know why. All right, here's another lesson. If you get dropped, a lot of these races smash together the A, B, Cs into one group, and just don't plan on staying with that A group. You're going to get shelled. It's going to ruin your day. So just let that lead group go, wait for the next group, and then have a good race. It is good practice to stay with that A group as long as you can if that's your mission for that day, which I definitely did a few times. So that's a great way to amplify the beginning part of that workout, but then still be able to hang on for desperate life with the next group that comes along. There's a lot of different ways to skin the cat.
I can't do it. Well, all the bees are coming, so that's okay. Not all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them in this group. Oh. All right, day 11. Yesterday, I don't even remember what happened yesterday, but I feel good. I feel good. Like, this is a great example. Today is a great example of, like, I really don't feel like doing this right now, but I sort of am feeling like it because I know I have to do it, and that's really it. I don't have to do it, but I'm going to do it because I committed to it. So, yeah, this commitment to racing for 14 days, it's interesting. It's become less about the fitness and more about just sort of exploring motivation a little bit. So I worked all day at the second house, and not hard work, but just kind of putzing around stuff. And it is Sunday. It is 5 o'clock, and I definitely would prefer to drink a beer, have a cocktail, rather than jump on and race real quick. But this process doesn't take that long, and I know I'm going to feel a lot better about myself after I do it. Also, this extra medium kit actually fits a lot better, so I know it's working. I definitely have not lost any weight. I've not changed my eating or drinking habits, sadly. I shouldn't say I haven't lost any weight. I've definitely lost 1 or 2 pounds, but it kind of fluctuates, so it's hard to say. But everything's fitting better, so there you go. What the heck? So I have 3-minute warm-up for a bee race. This is probably a really bad idea. Gotta wait. Next screw. Now, yesterday I got my butt kicked in the bee race in one of these power-up job races, so I'm going to go back and do another power-up race in the C category and see how I do. And that's the thing with being on the bubble. I just feel like I'm right in the middle of these things. It's just a tough spot. So my legs are sore from yesterday for sure. I ended up going harder with that other guy at the end than I probably should have. And then I'm going to race tomorrow pretty chill, and then after that take one more rest day and then do another FTP test. So that's the part actually starts in 3 minutes. Oh gosh. And I feel really good yesterday, and I lost weight. You guys, like last day, this is all coming together. The day is upon us. After 14 days of Zwift Racing, I'm going to hammer out an FTP test and see if all that high intensity work is going to help out on the 289 FTP test I did last time. Now that 289 is falling from somewhere around 330, and 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, probably 8 weeks, well, I don't know, I think it was 6 weeks. 6 weeks of inactivity on the bike. Just doing manual labor, eating like garbage, drinking beer, pizza, everything, you can name it. Now, during the 14 days that I've been doing Zwift Racing, my eating habits have not changed dramatically. I did one night where I was super focused on not having any alcohol and eating right all day, and I lost a pretty significant amount of weight in that one day. But anyway, today's test day, and I did not focus on it last night, so I had a couple cocktails, and my weight has not changed essentially through the whole thing, except for that one day where I really focused on not eating like a jerk face. And anyway, so I'm still 183. So we're gonna see what all the high intensity work did. The whole point of this is, can you use a couple of weeks cramming to produce a positive effect on this FTP? Now the FTP, like, could I actually go out and do an hour at this point after doing all these 20-minute races? Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know, we're gonna find out. And I'm hopeful that there's going to be a little bit of a bump, and then maybe I can use that as a springboard to go back to more intelligent training. Okay, more to come on my wrap up, but let's do the test first, because right now I'm just kind of guessing. We'll see. I'm just trying to think of all those Zwift races. You know, every single one of them just to the limit. So I'm trying to like channel those memories into pushing this pushing this as high as I can.
Alright, if you didn't know, Trainer Road is my preferred tool for actually making gains. I enjoy Zwift, racing on Zwift is fun, but when I get serious about next year, it's going to be on Trainer Road, and I'm going to follow their program again. I had amazing fitness this year for 2021. Unfortunately, I never really got a chance to use it, and that's super frustrating, but oh well, bigger problems in life. So the key to the ramp test is that 19 minutes and 30 seconds is the cutoff. If you can go past 19:30, you will find improvements. If you cannot, you will not find improvements. So in this test, this is the after test. I'm approaching 19:30. I'm definitely suffering, but I am able to push out. So I did get a gain after all this work. I did get a gain. I got a 2% bump in my FTP. Now that's not very much, but I'll take it. And you know what it's not? It's not a decline in my FTP, and my hours of training were very minimal. It was 6 days a week of racing for 2 weeks, so 12 days of racing, 14, I don't know, whatever it was, 14 races, however many days. I guess 14, 15, over 16 days is what it took to get the whole experiment complete. And I'm quite happy with that. There's a lot I learned about Zwift. There's a little bit I learned about fitness. And speaking of fitness, let's just talk a little bit more about the point of the video. Can you really use this type of training to jumpstart your way back into fitness? All right, let's talk.
So, should you do this? Should you plan a whole bunch of Zwift races? Well, let me walk you through a few scenarios. If you had a big race coming up, or a race that all of a sudden became a big race to you, and you only had about 2 weeks to go, yeah, absolutely, why not? After that big race though, you have to really think about building a foundation for your fitness, or it will just topple over. So I can continue this peak up, but without anything to really stabilize that fitness, it won't really improve. So I subscribe more to the build a good foundation, which, you know, is not rocket science. So it's going to take me a lot longer to build up to the fitness level that I was at in summertime, 330 watts. So I enjoyed my time on Zwift Racing. I will do more Zwift Racing. I definitely learned a lot about how to hang with Zwift Racing. That was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. It's very motivating, so if you're looking for some sort of little mini training camp to just kick off your brain to start doing racing, this is a great way to do it. It's very short on your day. It's only 45 minutes, 15-minute warm-up, half-hour, 20-minute race, and you're done. That's it. You get a great workout. You feel amazing when you're done, believe me. The only temptation is to be so proud of yourself after racing that you go celebrate with a ton of beer and drinks, which is sadly something that I struggled with throughout this experiment. So, yes, would I do it again? I absolutely would do it again. And I think I would actually do it right before cyclocross season next year to get that really high intense stuff. But that would be following that base that I had from summer, and hopefully I wouldn't have 6 weeks where I didn't do any riding in there. But I'm really happy to be done with the racing, done with the film, done with the learnings, and provide those to you for the racing and the fitness things that I learned. So there's more things I picked up, but this does a good job of wrapping it all up. So I just want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you are not currently subscribed, please do so. Smash the like button. It really goes a long way toward telling YouTube that this guy's not a complete idiot, and then YouTube will show my videos to more people. And that would mean a lot to me, so thanks. Please leave a comment down below. Have you ever done anything like this? What was your experience with high intensity training? And then what should I do for my next experiment? My kids and I have been talking about another 14-day experiment, so I'm curious what you come up with. I have some ideas, not quite ready to talk about them yet, but leave a comment down below what you think would be a fun 14-day experiment. All right, thanks for watching. Brian Davis Races, and you can too!